In the quiet Nigerian village of Akuru, where mud houses stood shoulder to shoulder and evenings smelled of firewood and palm oil, lived a young woman named Amara. She was known as the girl who never complained, even though life had given her many reasons to. Orphaned early, she lived with distant relatives who treated her more like a burden than family. From dawn till night, she worked the farms, fetched water, cooked, and slept on a mat close to the door, always reminded that she was only being tolerated. Despite everything, Amara remained kind. She greeted elders with respect, shared her little food with children, and whispered prayers of gratitude even when her stomach growled. Many wondered how such gentleness survived such hardship. One dry afternoon, as the sun burned fiercely and the village paths lay quiet, Amara was returning from the stream when she noticed an old woman struggling by the roadside. Her wrapper was torn, her feet dusty, and her voice weak. Others had passed without stopping, afraid of stories whispered about strange old women and hidden powers. But Amara knelt without hesitation and offered her water. The old woman drank slowly and stared at Amara with eyes that seemed older than time itself. She smiled faintly and asked to be escorted to the edge of the forest. Though afraid of being late and punished, Amara agreed. When they arrived, the old woman reached into a small calabash and brought out a tiny leather pouch filled with fine gray powder. She placed it in Amara's trembling palm and spoke carefully. She said the powder carried power, not evil, not good, but responsive to the heart that used it. She warned Amara never to use it for greed, revenge, or pride. She said once misused, the powder would take something precious in return. Amara promised with tears in her eyes, not fully understanding, but feeling the weight of the warning. The old woman disappeared into the forest like mist, leaving Amara confused and frightened. That night, Amara hid the pouch beneath her mat and tried to forget it. But life did not become kinder. Days later, her relatives accused her falsely of stealing money and beat her before the neighbors. That night, bruised and broken, Amara remembered the powder. Her hands shook as she opened the pouch. She remembered the warning, so instead of asking for wealth or revenge, she whispered only for relief from suffering. She sprinkled a tiny pinch outside the hut. The next morning, a trader passing through the village noticed her kindness and offered her work helping his wife in the market. It was honest work, and for the first time, Amara earned her own money. As time passed, each time she faced hardship, she used only a little powder, always with caution. Doors opened gently. Food came when she was hungry. Protection arrived when danger lurked. Slowly, her life changed. She became known as a hardworking and blessed young woman. But as her life improved, temptation grew. When a wealthy farmer noticed her beauty and proposed marriage, jealousy rose among village women. One in particular spread lies that Amara used dark powers. When the farmer withdrew his interest, humiliated and angry, Amara returned home crying. This time, she opened the pouch with a different heart. She sprinkled more powder than ever before and wished for respect, fear, and power. The wind rose suddenly, knocking down cooking pots and extinguishing lamps. The next morning, people avoided her. Children cried when she passed. Elders whispered. Though she now commanded fear, she felt lonelier than ever. Worse still, the pouch began to feel lighter. One night, Amara fell sick. The healer said nothing was wrong, yet her strength faded daily. In a dream, the old woman appeared and reminded her of the warning. The powder had given what she asked, but taken what she treasured most, her peace and her health. Desperate, Amara returned to the forest, crying for forgiveness. After days of weakness and prayer, the old woman appeared again. She told Amara the final truth: the powder never had power of its own. It only magnified what lived inside her. Kindness had brought blessings. Pride had brought loss. The old woman took the pouch and vanished forever. Amara recovered slowly. With no magic left, she returned to a simple life, helping others, forgiving those who hurt her, and working honestly. In time, respect returned, not through fear, but through love. She married a humble man who valued her heart, not her fortune. Life lesson: Shortcuts powered by selfish desires always demand a hidden price. True blessings grow from patience, kindness, and a clean heart.